and welcome to the Guitar Collection. With me today is a beautiful spruce top guitar by the American luthier Stephen Walter. This one is from the year 2023. And before I say anything else about these guitars, it's worth noting that these are the instruments that I have played since 2013. You can find videos of me online playing in competitions and concerts all over the place with these guitars. So I know these instruments better than I know any others. And this is an exceptional one. I have to tell you why. Well, first thing you'll notice is the spruce top on this guitar. It's not super white. It's got a little bit of age to it, even though it's just a couple of years old. It's not that bright, shiny white anymore, which I really like. It's nice how spruce ages over time. And eventually, in 100 or something years, it'll look a lot like a cedar top guitar as far as color goes. First thing you'll ever notice when you play almost any Steve Walter guitar is the very raised fingerboard, which makes it so easy to reach the upper positions. A lot of makers do a little bit of a raised fingerboard these days, but this one is in the style of Tom Humphrey, and it makes it so easy to reach these upper positions while still having a good hand position, not being, completely flat fingered here. Of course, you'll notice his beautiful reddish burgundy rosette, which he's tweaked little by little over the years. It's something that I look at. I feel so nostalgic because I've looked at these for a long time now. Then you'll see this Indian rosewood bridge, a 6-hole tie block, and a saddle here that has plenty of room to adjust if you wanted to ever lower the action, although it is very low already. When I turn the guitar around, you'll see it has an Indian rosewood back and sides, with these 2 little center strips down the middle, and it looks really great. Really no wear to this, no French polish wear on the back, which is nice. And then before ever talking about the sound, it's worth mentioning that these necks are just the gold standard for me. They are very round, quite thin, and just everything down to the littlest detail of the fretwork and the rounding off the corner of the frets. Everything is perfect. They are so easy to play. If it's not the raised fingerboard, it's the fretwork. If it's not the fretwork, it's the shape of the neck. If it's not the shape of the neck, it's the thinness of the neck. It's perfectly set up. This guitar has a 1 millimeter wider width here to the neck. The nut width is 53 millimeters instead of the standard 52. And the string spacing here is 44 millimeters. So it's a little bit wider of a spacing, but if that's something that you didn't like, you could always have a new nut made with a 42 millimeter string spacing. It'll feel nearly identical. And of course, we're only talking about 2 millimeters with the string spacing and 1 millimeter with the nut width. It's not really a huge difference, but some people are really particular about it, so I will mention that. This guitar also features 2 sound ports here, the ruck style sound ports, I suppose you could say, which gives the player a little bit more of an idea of how the guitar sounds from behind. It sounds a little bit more present, and actually from the A/B tests that I've done with this guitar and a number of other instruments, I almost always prefer the sound of the ports open from the other side, although you can always close them with like a little piece of static or something, static Klingon paper. Looking up at the headstock, you'll see his headstock design, which I really quite like. It's nothing too flashy, but some really nice touches here. You'll notice up at the top here, Scheller tuners, top of the line tuners with standard bass plates, buffalo horn rollers, and tuning pegs. Super precise, super smooth. And then, I guess I didn't talk about the bracing at all. Steve Walter does an all-wood lattice bracing with what he calls the defined resonance area, where it's focused a little bit more towards the center of the soundboard for increased projection and clarity. And now getting into the sound of the guitar, that's a good place to start. Projection and clarity. Listen to this. This guitar strikes a perfect balance between clarity, responsiveness, and the ability to push the guitar, which is something that quite honestly, a lot of guitars lack, especially guitars that are aimed at lots of volume. This guitar has tons of volume, but when you push it, you don't feel like you've got everything at the surface level. You push the guitar and you feel like more and more of the guitar is being activated. And those of you that have had that feeling on different guitars might know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to try to demonstrate it here. That's already world-class volume, but if I push it, you get more brightness and more of the guitar activated. Same can be said about the basses, right? I'm already achieving goals with sustain, right? Not needing to push to make any of those notes sound clear. But when I do, the guitar continues to deliver. And that's not just an open position where it likes to be pushed, but also if I travel up the fourth string, for instance. See, I'm not holding back on this thing. It does have a low action, so you can make it buzz eventually, but and all the while, it's not like this is the sound that makes it excellent. This is just one of the things it's capable of. And when we're talking about a modern guitar that's suitable for all types of repertoire and all types of playing techniques, this is one that immediately comes to mind. I mean, when you play it gently and sensitive, it's there for you with this beautiful singing voice. And by the way, this is one of the highlights of this guitar too, is I've been finding the vibrato is so easy to achieve on this guitar, right? The feeling that the strings are just so loose and so malleable. It feels great. And you know, I have a carbon G and B on this guitar, and normally that would result in a little bit less ease of vibrato because the strings are a little bit tighter. But I feel these are already, I mean, you can hear that, right? I am not really yanking these strings back and forth. You really cannot achieve this with any guitar. And you might think that I'm sitting here like practicing vibrato every day to be able to get this type of vibrato out of the guitar, but I'm not. It's something that comes magically easy on this instrument. Well, I guess I should demonstrate the upper registers of the guitar because it's not just easy to play up there. You also want to play up there with how great it sounds. Listen to this. Even that B has high overtones and sustain. That's beautiful. My gosh. Well, anyhow, I'll play a couple of more musical examples on this guitar that I always play on every guitar, and especially drop D. Sounds great on this one. How about I try a little bit of Prelude 11 by Tárrega, a piece that I play on every guitar that comes through my shop. this guitar is just filled with color. I mean, the variance between playing over the fingerboard and a little bit more of the sound hole, and then closer to the bridge. Or for that matter, trying that down here on the guitar. Well, here's a great opportunity to own a fantastic Stephen Walter guitar. This one is in immaculate condition from the year 2023. This is his 324th guitar. So you can say he's built a few. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. Congratulations to Steve Walter for this guitar. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's a growing community. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So please let me know what you think about this guitar. Also, subscribe at guitarcollection.com to the email list, where you'll get advance access to guitars that become available before videos are posted of them. I would love to see you there as well. You'll also be able to find a full album of photos and a description for this specific Stephen Walter guitar. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.